First question comes from Otaku Sage. Love the name. Should we ban Islam from the West? Yes. Yes. Objective. I mean, we did, and we used to ban Islam in the West. Just do it again. That's all we have to do. Just do it again. Islam is a destructive force. It is not merely a religion. It is a political force. It is a religion of conquest. They're a dominating force. And they do so by subjecting your people. So, should we want this? No. First of all, they were the number one enemy of Christendom for all of Christian history. What do you think the Crusades were fought for? This idea that we should have a Christian-Muslim alliance, it is peak retardation. Like, the Christian-Muslim alliance is peak retardation. If you're genuinely advocating for that as a Christian, I'm sorry, I have to question your sanity. Like, what are you thinking? These people want you dead. Who is the number one persecutor of Christians worldwide? It's Islam. It's Islam. You look at all the number one terrorist groups, you look at all the groups and in the places in the countries where Christians are tortured, beheaded, imprisoned for their faith. The number one force behind it is Islam. Why are you even considering a Christian-Muslim alliance? Are you dumb? Gosh, like I can't even imagine how smooth your brain is. What are we doing here? Muslims hate Christians. Oh yeah, Islam reveres Jesus as a prophet. At least they do that. In the Talmud, they believe that Jesus is burning in hell. Yeah, so we shouldn't have a Christian-Jewish alliance either. That's not what I'm proposing. But this idea that we should have a Christian-Muslim alliance is so stupid. It is peak foolishness. What are you doing? They hate you. They want you dead. And they're coming to our countries and subverting our countries, coming into our countries, invading as an invasion force, setting up mosques, taking churches and building mosques, making it into mosques, repurposing it into mosques. They're flooding the streets, doing the performative prayers. They're doing the chest thing that is so annoying and grating. They're forcing restaurants to have halal food. I mean, come on, what are we doing? Like, why do you want this? I don't want this in a society. I want a Christian society. We should ban Islam. There's nothing good. What is the upside? Like, people have to convince me. If you had to convince me what the upside is, what are the benefits of allowing Islam into our country? They can't say anything. The only thing that they say is plurality, inclusion, freedom of religion. Freedom of religion in America, the First Amendment was meant so that Christian denominations will not fight with one another. It's not so that every single religion under the sun ever conceived throughout human history would be allowed in America. We used to have blasphemy laws in America. You used to be arrested, ostracized from public life if you denied the divinity of Christ, if you blasphemed Jesus Christ in public. Muslims, that includes them. That used to be the norm in American society. That's what America was built on as a Christian nation. But an ecumenical Christian nation where different states could have their own state religions, you got the Quakers, you have the Reformers, you have the Catholics, but you can still have, broadly speaking, a Protestant country, but an ecumenical Christian country. That's what America was founded on. It was unapologetically a Christian country. We can get back to that. Every single European country for the past 2,000 years were unapologetically Christian. We can get back to that. There's nothing hateful about that. It is actually not only loving to your neighbors so that they don't get fooled and subjected to Islam, but it's also loving your God. We want a nation that honors God, the God of the Bible, the true one God, the creator of the universe, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. That's who we want our nation to honor. Freedom, this modern conception of freedom of religion is actually not only anti-American, but it's anti-Christian. As a Christian, there's no reason why you should tolerate a destructive force, and a very pernicious one at that, like Islam. Now, I'm actually a little more, let's say, tolerant of more insular religions like Buddhism and Confucianism. They're not as aggressive, and they're not religions of conquest and They don't spread like Islam does. Like they're very insular. It's like a lot of Buddhist monks do their own thing, like don 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 don, right? And then Confucianism is kind of more not really like a religion, more so like it's a way of life where you honor and you revere your ancestors. That being said, Christ is king, and so the goal, at least the end goal for every nation, for the Christian politically, is to have a nation that honors Christ. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you until the end of the age. Matthew 28, 18 to, I think 20. What's our command as Christians is to make disciples of all nations, right? So that the nations become Christian, that they submit to Christ. They know the God who loves them, who died on the cross for them, sent his one and only Son to die on the cross for them. That's what we want. Because why? In God, there's life everlasting, there's peace and love, joy, and we're going to spend eternity somewhere. We want to make heaven full as a Christian. So we want our nations to be Christian. There's nothing inherently wrong about that. And that's why we can't allow Islam, okay? We can't allow Islam. And Islam is such a pernicious religion, but it's also like the most ridiculous one. I learned today. So, you already know, I think a lot of people already know this, like eating pork is haram, playing instruments is haram, owning pets like a dog is haram. But did you know that sleeping on your back is also haram? You're not allowed to, there's some hadiths that say also that peeing while sitting up, standing up, peeing while standing up is haram in the traditional hadiths. Like, can you? It's such a goofy religion. And set aside how pernicious and evil it is such a goofy religion. It is a performative religion. Oh yeah, playing music and instruments is haram. You're not allowed to own dogs. You pee standing up, haram. What? But then they allow child marriages and rape? What? They allow having sex with goats? What? Wait, what are we doing? It is such a goofy religion. It makes no sense. And for me, like, I will never understand. You watch these Muslim Christian debates, none of them at all ever can condemn the actions of the Prophet Muhammad. Why? Because he's like a god to them. But it's incontrovertibly true that Muhammad married a 6-year-old and consummated the marriage when she was 9. No one disputes this. Muslims don't dispute this. You know what they say? They say that she was the age of maturity. I am not even exaggerating when I say Islam is a religion of pedophiles. Like, it really is. Why do you think that the rape gangs were primarily all done by Muslims in the UK for 250,000 young British girls? Hello? As young as 11, 10, really young girls. It is a religion of pedophilia. That's literally what it is. Their prophet, the founder of the religion, was a pedophile. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I know that claim is so thrown out to, like, for example, if a 30-year-old starts dating a 19-year-old, they're like, oh, it's pedophile. No, it's not pedophile. She's a grown adult. But it's like, genuinely, 9 years old. I saw this video of my friend Michael Jones of Inspiring Philosophy. Great Christian, great apologist. He does a lot of debates with Muslims. There's this one Muslim who said, there's cases of girls being able to get pregnant at 5, and that'd be permissible under Islam. I'm like, bro, there is no reason why we need to allow this in our countries. You must be seriously mentally ill if you think it's a good idea to import Islam into our countries. Their apologists are coming out and saying that a girl getting as pregnant as young as 5, which doesn't happen because they're not the age of maturity, but they're saying, oh yeah, even if they're 5 and they can get pregnant, that's permissible in Islam. Stop being scared of being called Islamophobic, okay? Like, I care more about the protection of our children and our daughters than I do about not offending Muslims. Get a grip. Wake up, Christian. Do not conform to the patterns of this world. Be sober-minded and stand in boldness and conviction. Stop being scared. Islam needs to be banned in the West. It has no place in the West and also in the East. It's increasing in Korea and Japan. It must be stopped at all costs. It is completely destructive. And I'll say this, last thing I'll say about this Islam thing is just the feminists who, convert to Islam is so weird. Like you see these feminists online who convert to Islam and it's like, how does that even make any sense? Like you go from, yeah, free the nipple to, oh, I'm going to cover up everything. And like, you can't even see my eyes. I'm sorry, I don't want to live in a society like that. I don't want to live in a society where women are going around with a shower curtain over their entire body. I think that a female beauty is something actually a good thing to behold. I think it is. Not in a lustful way, but you appreciate female beauty. I think that's a good thing. Women shouldn't have to cover their faces. That's ridiculous. And then all the edgy right wingers are like, oh, yeah, but as Islam got their women under control. Yeah, they subjugate them. I don't want to subjugate women. Like I actually don't value that. And all that being said, yes, Islam must be banned from the West and the East, wherever it is. Like it is just a pernicious ideology. And insofar as people want to be Muslim in their own Muslim countries, whatever, do so. But I just don't want it in my country. I don't want it in society. I don't want my children exposed to it. There's no reason why you should want it. And if you want to honor God, you love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind and strength, yes, you would oppose Islam. It's false religion.